Good morning. Welcome to Sex with Sonya. This morning, we're going to go to Luke, the second chapter, when Jesus was presented at the temple. And I want to ask this question. Are there any Simeons and Annas left among us? Simeon and Anna. Simeon believed by faith. And when he saw Jesus, he said he could now die because he has seen the Lord. In Luke 2:29, he says, Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of your people, Israel. He saw the Lord. He said, listen, he knew he was a baby, and Simeon knew. If you read up, it'll tell you about how the Holy Spirit led him there. It talks about him being a righteous man. Are there any righteous and devout? Are there any righteous and devout among us today? Are there any righteous and devout among us today? I know that they are, but are we operating from a spirit of righteousness and a spirit of being devout? A devout Christian. That means that you ain't got to worry about nothing separating you. You're going to be right there. That's your thing. Anna she lived in the temple. And I get it. We don't live in the temple. She was a prophet. It tells you who her father is. It says she never left the temple. She worshiped night and day, fasted and prayed. Worshiped night and day, fasted and prayed. Listen, she saw the Lord. She was so excited when she saw Jesus. He was a baby then, and she saw Jesus, and she told everybody. Verse 38, chapter 2, verse 38, she says, coming up to them at that very moment, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. Now listen, I get it. We have lives. We work. We don't live in the temples. But let me tell you something. I want us to get to a place spiritually that we never leave his temple. Never leave his spiritual temple. And we can always be found praying in the spirit. That we're doing the physical acts, that we're fasting, because some things only come by fasting and praying. So we're willing to turn down our plate. Let us get to the place where we are righteous and devout. Let us be present day Simeons and Annas, because the world needs it. We need it. I want everything the Lord has for me. I know you do too. You should want everything the Lord has for you. That means that you're going to have to be in constant communication with him, because he's God. He's the one that can do it. And we have to trust him above any other thing. It don't matter what you look like. This lady lived in the temple. We should live in the temple. I don't want us to be so saved that we ain't no earthly good, but I want us to be saved to the bone. I want us to be so spiritually righteous that we start to do those greater works, because it's here for us to do. We sought the Lord. He heard us. He delivered us. And I want you to be reminded, you didn't choose him. He chose you. And there is a work for each and every one of us to do. So let us seek him while he may be found. Simeon saw him physically with his natural eyes. We need to see him in the spirit realm and ask him to help us to see beyond what it is that we can truly see with these physical eyes, so we can start seeing it spiritually, so that we can start operating and doing these miracles, these signs, these wonders, that we can see what other people cannot see. When somebody else is downcast, you can see the hand of God moving. And I want you to be always praying, always fasting, always believing, never leaving his temple. So connected and in tune with him that we're holding to his hand and living by his command. We have seen the Lord. He's the one that gave us salvation. We know that he's real. We know who he is. We know his character. He knows our frame. Let's trust him with everything that we've got. Everything that we've got. Let's tell everybody about him. Anna told everybody about him. He's our Redeemer. He's our salvation. She wanted everybody to know it. This lady was 84 years old. She's still praising the Lord. She devoted her life to being in that temple, worshiping night and day, fasting and praying. I don't know how old you are. It doesn't matter. Devote your life to Christ and do what it is he would have you to do. Anna, this was her assignment. Maybe yours is a different one, but whatever it is, devote yourself to it. Be devout. Be righteous. Seek him. Seek his face and operate in and through him. Be like Simeon. Be like Anna. Let people that see you know that you belong to God. Be like Simeon. Be like Anna. Be righteous, be devout, fast, and pray, and never leave his temple.